Yeah, I mean, it's nice being a virgin to an album for the first time. It hurts at first, but once you get used to it, it feels good.
I love experiencing someone else's favorite music for the first time. Like the same with a book. It's like you see someone reading a book for the first time that you absolutely love. You kind of feel like it's that book giving a recommendation for that person. Like the book is recommending a person to you. So if you can find someone that is interested in exploring new music and, learning and isn't so closed off to everything, I think it can be a really good experience, which is something I really enjoy about this show is because it does give you the opportunity to kind of have some hand holding into some genres of music maybe you wouldn't really dabble in otherwise.
Music. Well, I had panic disorder, rage, severe depression. On top of all that, I'm stressing. Took a blind date to my therapy session and then tried to kill her. Her first impression was I'm groovy, I need a lumbotomy. But when I press play, trouble leaves up out of me. Fuck the real world and my fat ass stuck in. Cause in my music, hotties are fucking expression. Getting out all I wrote, depression, ripping out all your throat. And if my hearing was ever to go, mass murder would be inevitable. I'm a
Welcome to Maniacal Music Musings! This must be deja vu, because we're back unless the acid's kicking in.
Which is possible.
Just like Odorous Ungodous, I'm here with my huge cock in my hand, asking you who's your daddy. I'm Jeremy Bryant, and as always, I'm joined by my co-host, who knows it's good to be bad, and loves to play with the dead. When he's not in a cemetery, he's running nude in the wilderness with his magical band of fools. Ladies and gentlemen, the Chancy Life. Chancy,
Hey,
how
yo.
you doing tonight, Chance?
Yeah, I'm doing good, man. It's a good day. Got off work, doing the damn thing.
That's a basic day in the life of the world, buddy.
Fuck yeah, man. Fuck
At least,
yeah.
at least you get to work from home. I'll be there in a couple weeks.
I greatly enjoy that element.
In my home, not your home, obviously. But
Well, you know.
and speaking of home, we have a guest who makes us feel like we are home today because we know her well. Introducing an honorary bastard from Bracket Bastards, the awkward bastard herself, Shana Lindaman. And holy fuck, I didn't fuck up her name this time. Shana, how you doing today?
I am doing great. Thanks for having me.
Always a pleasure to have you, Giggity. But
You're not the
we,
first person to ever said that.
I guarantee it. But
I always had fun, man. It was always a good time. I don't think there was ever a single bad day when
No.
we were kicking it together.
No.
I didn't even know I was your replacement, dude. I was like, who the fuck is this random person that just miraculously fucking showed the fuck up?
Oh yeah, you took over for me when my ass exploded.
Yeah. Yeah. Yes.
Like literally.
Yeah. Literally.
Like,
yes.
left work in an
literally.
ambulance, ass exploded. Yeah.
I heard about this. They didn't tell all of the details, but they were like, yeah, we needed somebody to replace real quick because they left here in an ambulance. And I was like, oh God, I hope they're all right. And then like you show back up and then they're like, you tell me what happened. And I'm like, no fucking way. Like I was like, I'm not. I was like, I can't not laugh at this. There's like,
I trolled around the office with a walker and they tied balloons to his face to keep an eye on me.
and ladies and gentlemen, we have our drop for this episode. But
good.
But as always on this show, we all brought an album to the table for our listening pleasures, or sometimes pleasures. But we will start with our guest album as always. So Shana, tell the audience what album you brought this week and why you love it so.
Pack yourself a toothbrush, dear. Pack yourself a favorite blouse.
I brought Cleopatra by the Lumineers. And I don't know if anybody, or I'm sure there's people out there in the world that have had music that literally saved their life. Like, that came to them at the time when they needed it most, and it had a message that they needed to hear the most. So I have to go with that. And look at Chancy cringing. Look at him go.
I'm smiling. I'm not cringing, mostly because it's ironic that you had said what you said. Because when I'll wait until it's my turn for review because it's
probably
funny.
have very differing views.
Chancy-
Sort of.
Chancy is like a member of the Addams family. When something heartfelt and warm comes out, he smiles in a cringy way just because he's like.
It's just the way his face looks.
I laugh at people. I laugh at the people when they cry in the movies. I can't help it. It's because I know it's fake and it makes me laugh. Like on Law and Order, every time, I can't fucking help it. They're all crying. It's just like.
You're like,
Yeah, Chancy's a special case, but we love him.
yeah.
So, anything else you want to add about your album before we move on?
No, I'm just real excited to kind of hear what your guys' thoughts are. I knew coming into this that we all have very differing tastes in music. I felt that it would behoove me to maybe bring something to the table that neither of you would go out on your own and experience intentionally.
That could be taken many ways, but yes.
Right.
So, I'll give my review first, then I'll let Chancy explode after. But yes, you are 100% fucking right. Yes, I've heard the Lumineers. I've heard of them before, but not a band I ever went seeking because I never heard anybody at a concert I was at say, "Dude, you gotta check out this band, the Lumineers. They're
They
awesome."
put on a fantastic show, though. It was my bucket list concert after my asshole exploded, and I went. I was like, if I survived that, I get to go to a concert of my choosing, and that's the one I picked.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
I don't blame you.
I'm pretty sure Chancy's gonna think his asshole will explode if he went to one of those concerts. But
Oh fuck, that's funny.
But I mean, I put it this way. I was driving through a nice wooded area of Massachusetts in the back roads, or main highway even, but I was just in the back road like highway. And it was just the perfect music for this setting. Like country folk going down the road, hear a little guitar going with a guy singing with a very light voice. I mean, it's folksy. It reminded me of, what's his name? Or not.
There's a lot of them, bud. Like Bob Dylan.
Bob Dylan. That's it. Thank you. It reminded me of like.
Christ.
Dumb stoner. Shut up.
It's fucking. Come on.
That ain't my type of music either, but I just know his music. So, but Bob Dylan, it reminded me of that 100%. And I enjoyed it at that moment. And the songs weren't bad lyrically; they were catchy. And I'm guessing that's Jamie.
Of course.
She's the only person we know that can't get her profile to show up when she comments for some reason. But yeah, we know we have diarrhea of the mouth. That's the point of the show. But if I was driving my second half of my day listening to this CD, you might have got me shot because I was driving through Worcester, which for anyone who doesn't know what Worcester is, it's one of the biggest urban areas in Massachusetts besides Boston, and it's very hood, a lot of it. So especially the parts I was driving through. So if they heard me blasting that, they probably would have been like, "Oh, let's go rob this bitch boy." But no, I mean, where I was when I listened to it, it worked. Coming from New Hampshire to Maine, New Hampshire to Massachusetts, fucking perfect music for that. But anywhere else, I would have feared for my life listening to this music, and yeah, it definitely was good music if I want to fall asleep. I agree with that.
It's going to be the soundtrack for the Deliverance remake, is what you're saying?
Only if they want to watch it. But Chancy, we are waiting.
And here we go.
The asshole explodes.
And here we go. I had also heard of the Lumineers. And honestly, I don't hate them. However, when I was listening to this album, I actually wanted to put in a couple welfare checks on you, Shana, because if I'm not, I know that it's not the actual lyrics to the song, but I'm just like, I kind of zoned out on one of them, and it was just like, I'm gonna take the shotgun here. blow my fucking face off. I'm like, nope. Wait, hold on.
That is Sleep on the Floor. I know
Yeah,
that song. Just by
I
the way
know
you
it's
listen
on my fucking list.
Uh-huh.
But no, I was like, you know what? I'm concerned. This is some like I don't know how like I know there are people in the world who listen to depressing music or something that is sad to remove them from that state of mind.
See, I
How,
don't find it sad or depressing.
oh my god, I wanted to fucking die. I mean, not because I didn't like it, just because it's just like it's
Content.
so fucking depressing. It was
Wow.
sad. It made me sad.
Okay.
And then I had to specifically go from your list or your album to my album to bounce back. Like I was like, hold on. Hold on. I gotta get a grip here.
I have to return myself to sanity.
You had to get a grip on your gun, Chancy?
Oh no. No. Those were removed.
So if you think about it, if you had your asshole explode, would you listen to this album to make yourself feel better?
Fuck no, I would not. I would not. I would listen to fucking Dr. Piranha, all right?
That's a good song.
All right, that's what I'd fucking listen to. And I would make everyone in the hospital listen to fucking Dr. Piranha and Pogo
Which
the Clown.
hysterically is on my list.
Yeah!
I can't say the same.
Dude, oh man.
You'll see.
Oh
You'll
man.
see.
I would pull a Jeremy and be like, oh, every other song, honorable mention, but I didn't do that. I played it pro.
I maybe did the same for certain things, but we'll see. But
I
Shana, why don't you give us your top 5 off your own CDs?
Okay, so do we go from least favorite to favorite 5, or do we go the opposite?
Yep, 5
Start
to
with
1.
5.
Yep, lowest to highest rated. Yeah.
Okay.
It's
so
like
number 5.
It's like dating in life. You gotta start at the lowest bar and keep going higher.
I've just been stuck at number 5. So we're gonna go. We are gonna go with number 5 as Gun Song. That actually is a song that he wrote about after his dad dying. He went through and had to pack up his stuff and found his dad's gun, and how shocking that was for him because he never thought that his dad would be the type of person that would own a gun. So my number 4 would probably be, I'd have to go with Gale Song.
All right. I can respect that.
3 is Angela.
Mm-hmm.
2, Ophelia.
Mm-hmm.
1, Sleep on the Floor.
All right. You matched 2 with me, but Chancy, let's hear your top 5 because I'm dying to.
I am too.
I was gonna say I only matched on 1 there. So for me, number 5 was Patience.
That one is really, really good.
I know.
Performed live.
I know. It sounds like it's good. Number 4 was Sleep on the Floor. Number 3 was In the Light.
Ooh, that's a good one too.
Number 2 was My Eyes.
Mm-hmm.
And then Sick in the Head was my number 1.
Oh, that one is good.
I could have called that was gonna be your number 1. I could have called it just by the title.
I liked it. It resonated.
Yeah, well, I think I only matched maybe 1 with you, maybe 2. I'm sure. I think 1, but well, my top 5, and these are in no particular order because I couldn't fucking put them in an order if I tried. I mean, it's just these are the songs that were bearable. That's the way I'm gonna put it.
Okay.
the songs that won't make me like go to sleep while driving for 50 minutes straight. But Long Way from Home is the first one I chose because it sounds like a good movie opener. Like you said, Deliverance. I could see this being like a Western opener or like an army movie opener, but maybe.
Okay. Yeah, I could hear what you're talking about.
And I also chose Sick in the Head, of course, because it made me take a Chancy and smile. And I did pick the Gun Song because, I mean, it's not what my kids would find in my top dresser drawer. What's this flashlight doing? Why is it all oily? But but
Why
not
does
number.
it smell like coconut?
Why does it? That's a good question. I wouldn't know why it would smell like coconut.
Lube.
Oh no, I just use basic oil.
Coconut
Ain't
oil.
It ain't going in no one's mouth. But number 4, or not number 4, but fourth song was Cleopatra, because that I did like the guitar riffs on that song a little bit.
Yeah. I can cop to that. That was great. Yeah, that's some cool guitar riffs in it.
And the last song was Ophelia, because the beat of the rhythm of it reminds me of like Mr. Blue Sky, like they played in the opening of Guardians 2.
Right on.
Like there's 4 or 5 guitar riffs in there that, like, not riffs, but 4 or 5 guitar notes in there that like sound exactly like Mr. Blue Sky. So I was like, what? Like it took me to the end of the song to hear it, and I actually like rewinded it and like played it again. And I was like, it does sound like Mr. Blue Sky. What the fuck? They ripping that shit off?
You guys should just be very thankful I didn't put like New Kids on the Block or something on there.
I would have preferred that.
I had the first tape that they ever put out, man. I was like,
That was my
I was
first
so
concert.
young. I was so young when that shit came out.
First concert.
Fuck.
Chancy had a crush on fucking Donnie Wahlberg. Come on.
I think he's
I
still
don't
dead.
know about that. If I was gonna go after anybody, it'd have been Marky Mark.
Chancy wants to be part of the Funky Bunch.
Fuck yeah, I am the Funky Bunch. Let's not fuck around here.
Chancy's the walking Funky Bunch.
I bring the funk. Gotta have that funk.
Brings the funk. Chancy's got that funk.
When James Brown died, the funk went up in the atmosphere and it fucking found me. That's what happened. Straight up.
And it's that exact moment my asshole exploded.
All right, Chance a lot.
Yeah. I'm here.
Are you though?
Barely. There.
I'm clinging.
Let's tell the audience what CD you chose and
Hi.
why you chose it.
Tuning in and dropping down, dancing Buddhas, just and shout. Buddha atomic race does not resurrects from power and cherishing the subtleties. Illusion is reality, swimming the electric ocean, souls in restless sets in motion. Martians before, autopsies on gadolinium cavities, frontal lobe lobotomies, electric shocking chimpanzees. This cause of sorrow is desire, ego fuels the selfish fire. Illusion is
I went with obviously a fan favorite of mine, Dog Fashion Disco. I went with Committed to a Bright Future, but I went with the original release version. They did do a remaster, and it does change the sound of the songs a small amount, right? Some more drastically than others. And it's funny because I actually didn't like the album when it first came out, because it did, on the original release, it didn't sound quite as hard or as intense as Anarchists of Good Taste. And I was very, very dismissive of the album. However, I went and saw them live, and I'm pretty sure I told the story about hanging out with the guys and not knowing it. I was hanging out with the keyboardist and whatnot. But I basically was like, if you guys play, X, Y, and Z, like I listed off a fistful of songs, and he was like, oh, you probably should check this out. And they literally played tracks 1 through 7 of this album, and it was live. And it hit so much different than it did through the speaker, like a complete different sound. It was so much more intense and heavy. And I fucking fell in love with it, like on the spot. That whole ass album, I fell in love with it on the spot. And then from that point on, it's just basically re-listening to it to listen to the words and find all the interesting little tidbits and this, that's, and the others. Like, I just without even giving up my top 5, I mean, I couldn't even begin to start listing tracks off of it without spilling the beans. It's just one of those things that when you pop it in from the first song out, it just reaches out and grabs a hold of you, and it takes you for the whole ass ride.
See, and I felt like when you guys handed me your lists or your albums, I was like, they're doing this to fuck with me. Like, how can we make her the most uncomfortable that we can? Which, you know, is fine. I'm totally fine with it. So the way that I approached listening to it was I did a one pass through everything and wrote down the ones that resonated with me and then went to rate from there. So I gave the songs that I liked at least 2 listens, to be fair.
Nice.
Smart way to do it. I think kind of the same thing I do, but I just listen to the first opening like 20 seconds and I can kind of like remember this whole song once I hear that. But so what do you think of Chancy CD, Shana?
Like I said, it was definitely outside of my comfort zone, but once I let myself just absorb it and let go of
The Rapist Eyes?
that's actually on my list.
That's a great fucking song. How dare you, sir?
But it's a great fucking song, but the title is everything.
I know.
I let go of what I thought I would get out of the album. Like, I went into it totally with an off-skew misconception. I was like, I'm gonna hate this. This is so uncomfortable. Like, I looked at the names of the songs and I'm like, oh dear God. So then
that's awesome.
I just started at the top and I'm like, we're gonna commit. So
we're gonna commit.
Act accordingly. So I just went through it and I absorbed the first round and I'm like, okay, I can do this. This isn't as nearly as bad as I thought. So then I went to the second pass after I'd written down the songs and then I rated them off that and I actually found the experience rather enjoyable.
Thank you.
I
was hoping that you would actually find elements of it that not only you could just tolerate or bear, but like how I like some of the subtle nuance of the band itself.
And some of it has found its way onto some Spotify playlists.
Nice. Thank you. That's even better. Even better.
Yeah, I mean, it's nice being a virgin to an album for the first time. It hurts at first, but once you get used to it, it feels good.
I love experiencing someone else's favorite music for the first time. Like the same with a book. It's like you see someone reading a book for the first time that you absolutely love. You kind of feel like it's that book giving a recommendation for that person. Like the book is recommending a person to you. So if you can find someone that is interested in exploring new music and, you know, learning and isn't so closed off to everything, I think it can be a really good experience, which is something I really enjoy about this show, is because it does give you the opportunity to kind of have some hand holding into some genres of music maybe you wouldn't really dabble in otherwise.
Fuck
exactly.
Yeah, Shana. Fuck yeah.
And 22 minutes in, that's the drop. But that is the fucking drop, because if people listen to the fucking first 30 seconds of it, they're going to hear that. So, and yes, once again, Dog Fashion Disco did not disappoint. Oh my God. The first time you listened to one of their CDs when Harvey was on, I was so like, oh God. Knowing you, I was like, oh God. But I love the song titles as always. I love the fucking songs. It's like, I almost want to say they're the rock version of Insane Clown Posse in a way, but
I compare them to like a heavy metal Pink Floyd.
Maybe, but
Pink Floyd is in my top 5 of bands of all time.
I liked Pink Floyd, but only a few of their songs. Like Money probably is by far my favorite one. I love that bass line. That bass line's fucking catchy as shit.
Yeah, I love their CD Exploding Dark Side of the Moon.
I saw a laser light show high as hell at the Science Center.
What were you on South Park?
No, it was actually a legit thing.
Did you go to the planetarium?
I did. It was magical.
Yeah, I mean, I love this CD. It's just, I definitely am adding all of Dog Fashion Disco to my freaking library. I'm on Apple. I'm definitely adding all of them to my library. Because
I fucking love hearing that. Well, not because of its being free, but like, it's just so good. There's such good music. They're so great.
So, Chancy, I know you're dying to Give us your top 5 of your CD.
I have 2 honorable mentions. My first honorable mention is Magical Band of Fools. It's like I said, it's that subtle nuance for that band. It's one of those things where you have to listen to what they're saying, and it's like, huh, ain't that some shit? For my second honorable mention, it was Acid Memoirs. That one just kind of resonates from past experience.
Mm-hmm.
For
Hoping
my
you don't say Rapist Eyes because it resonates from past experience.
no.
Well, from
You're
seeing
like,
the girl,
not this week.
well, from seeing the girls' rapist eyes when they look at me, I mean, I kind of can relate to it.
Number 5 for me was Pogo the Clown. I love that song. I love the jazzy horn section, and it's like I said, it's that subtle nuance of the band because you got to listen to what the fuck they're talking about.
I
Because
know,
they're
that caught me off guard.
Pogo happy clown molester paints his face disguised as Chester. Join the local Moose Lodge chapter, spawning evil ever after he picks his prey up at the bar. I mean, dude, what? And then
Yep.
all of a sudden it's just, Po, go, you're gonna burn in hell. It's like, wait, what? What?
It's like a true crime documentary series set to music.
Same thing with that the album Adultery. That's almost that it's exactly like that. That whole album is almost like a crime story throughout an album. But number 4 for me was Dr. Piranha. Fucking love Dr. Piranha. Number 3 is Worm in a Dog's Heart. I don't know. It was always one that was very catchy to me. For me, number 1 and number 2 are very difficult to choose because I equally love these songs the same. But I pulled the trigger and put number 2 was Love Song for a Witch. I fucking love that song. I can't even begin to describe why. I just love it. However, for me, Rapist Eyes was at number 1 because as I continue to repeat about this nuance for the band, you listen to this song and then all of a sudden it goes into this beautiful little crescendo and then he doesn't even sing or scream and he just, don't look at me with those sweet rapist eyes. Perhaps it's the wine or the soft candlelight, but I'm under your spell and I'm all yours tonight. The phone's off the hook and my tongue is tied. The fuck did they just say? And then all of a sudden it goes back into the piano and those sweet rapist eyes, look what you've done to me. I'm like, hold on, because it
You're like,
starts
wait.
off it's like fucking guttural, like, show me your those sweet rapist eyes. I'm like, whoa, this is like, fuck yeah, I can get into this. And then it changes gears on you, and then you're like, hold on a second.
Did he? Yeah, he did.
He did. Huh.
Well
It's
played,
like,
sir.
He pulled it out and went north.
oh, for sure. For sure. I know that Jeremy listened to the remastered version of the album. And I will admit that if I would have picked that album specifically, my number 1 would have been Grease because I loved their copy or their cover.
Too.
It's honestly, I think it's better than the original because
for sure.
I
You
don't
feel
like.
shame for listening to it in the car.
Right? It's great. It's fucking great. And that's the thing. The lead singer of that band, he loves pop music and he also loves just turning it on its ear. Like he has so many different bands. I'll bring another one to the table at some point, but Shana, I'll recommend to you. The name of the band is Polka Dot Cadaver and the song is called Chloroform Girl. It's fucking.
Will you send that to me?
Yeah, I can. Yeah, for sure. But it's
He'll send you Chloroform. Yeah.
It's a folky. It's like an acoustic guitar. Sounds like a stand-up folk, like a straight-up folk song. but it's a song about having a chick bound, gagged, and chained up in the basement. Like,
Every girl's
Sounds-
fantasy.
Sounds like my music.
You know what's funny is my best friend actually got me a T-shirt that says my favorite essential oil is chloroform. I wear it in public.
oh, that's great. I mean, I would too.
All right, Shanna, why don't you tell us what your top 5 for Chancy's album were as the guest goes next?
Okay, so I did give an honorable mention to Grease.
Okay, so you got the remastered version
I
as well,
did.
huh?
I was
Oh,
about done with the experience, like the first round, and then that popped up, and I had to check my Spotify because you know when you put something in and it runs out, it automatically loads up something
right.
similar. So I was like, wait, what? So I had to go back and check and make sure I was still where I needed to be. Okay, then number 5, I had Nude in the Wilderness.
Oh, that's a good one too.
Yeah.
Yes.
4, I had Rapist Eyes. 3, Dr. Piranha, and then I had specific notes because been there, bleeding from the ass.
yeah, right.
2, Pogo the Clown.
Fucking Pogo, man.
And then 1 was Acid Memoirs for me.
Yeah. Right on.
Is that from past experience or just a fun song?
Why can't it be both?
Truth. As Chancy would say, indubitably.
Indubitably, sir.
But, my top 5 are, and I'm going to pull Jeremy, and every other song's not my top 5 is honorable mention, because the whole CD, it was a harder CD for me to fucking pick from. My own was easier.
I was really happy when you sent me that message when you were like, dude, I can't, it's like picking a 5 for your CD is going to be difficult. It's like, I know.
Yeah, I mean, it's one of those things where, like, I'm just sitting there in the middle of my work day, and I'm just like, after hearing him, it's like, I'm going to give Chancy a boner. Wow.
That might be the most awkward thing I've ever heard you say. I think I'm going to give Chancy a boner.
From half the country away.
Yeah.
But
That's, I mean, you know.
these fingers work magic. But
I mean, if you map quest it is just considered a reach around when you're talking about
so, God help us all. But God help
or
the
so
listeners.
I've heard.
Oh, shit.
But yeah, I'm pulling a Jeremy, and the rest are all honorable mentions. But number 5, I had to tie it up because I couldn't pick one for number 5.
Ooh.
Is scores for porn and magical band of fools.
Put the word twin.
Because scores for porn, I am a sucker for a good sax solo.
Yeah.
I love a good sax solo, and scores for porn sax solo was good, and magical band of fools.
Sax solo?
Yeah, like a
Sax.
saxophone, yeah.
Oh, I thought you meant like ball sack.
I mean,
that was throwing me off. I was like, wait,
I
what?
do love just slapping my balls in someone's face for a solo, but you know.
I didn't get it. I was like, I've seen and done questionable things in life, but I've never heard of a sax solo. I feel like I'm missing out.
I'll have to play you one sometime, but just call me Bill Clinton. But
That gives new meaning to bat wings.
giggity. But Magical Band of Fools was just an amazing song. Like I fucking love like that's like medieval sounding like Robin Hood and shit.
Right.
But number 4 was Acid Memoirs because it brought back memories of an Insane Clown Posse POD concert on acid. But nothing like blacking out and coming to when you hear POD singing "I'm Still Alive." But and I was apparently standing the whole time blacked out too. I didn't even drop to the floor or anything.
Oh,
I
it
was
was probably one of those shows where everybody was so packed in that you could actually fall asleep
No.
standing up.
No, there was
Really?
room. There was.
Wow.
I mean, I was grinding up against a girl in front of me when like POD first came on, shit, and then all of a sudden I kind of backed away and blacked out, like, and I was standing the whole time because when I came to, I was still standing, but but I didn't miss any of ICP or DJ Paul, so I'm good.
Nice.
But and number 3 is Nude in the Wilderness because I like being nude anywhere, and that was a glorious song.
Yeah, I definitely should have honorable mentioned that one. I forgot about Nude in the Wilderness a little bit.
And number 2, I think, is the only one on my list that nobody picked. Number 2 is Deja Vu.
That's a good one. It is. It is a good one.
It's a damn good one. And the first, not the first song on the CD. The one right before Deja Vu almost made on my list too.
Oh yeah.
What the hell's it called again? Damn it, I can't remember what the hell it's called. But that
I don't
almost made
remember the list. Yeah, I don't
Yeah.
remember the list of songs off the top of my head for Deja Vu anyway, because that's a little bit further down in the album from the original version anyway.
All right, maybe it wasn't Deja Vu. I think it was one of the first 3 songs. But
So the first 3, okay, well, for the first 3 songs on the remaster is like Grease, Love Song for a Witch, and Rapist Eyes, because Love Song for a Witch and Rapist Eyes were the first 2 songs on the original release.
actually, no, on the remaster version I had, Grease was towards the end.
Really? Because I saw when I was looking at it.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking too. 'Cause
Yeah, that's
I
crazy.
had gone through the whole thing, and then I was like, "Wait, what?"
That's weird. That's fine. I mean, I it could be just because my YouTube. I could have looked it up. I mean, I looked it up on my YouTube, and it, like I said, it could have been off. That's
Yeah, but no, I forget the hell it's called. But number 1, I mean, I did love Rapist Eyes. Don't get me wrong, that song was
Yeah.
good, and so was Love for a Witch. Because I mean,
yeah. Love
it's
Song for a Witch is great.
it said Massachusetts, which was fucking awesome. But
I love the like. If you ever actually see it live or catch the video of it, when you're watching the guy play the fucking keyboard, it's otherworldly. Like he's literally and he like just two chords. It's like, how do you fucking do that, dude?
and Shanna, that's how Chancy jerks off.
Oh, I know. I've seen it.
Oh yeah, I forgot Chancy's out on Filter now. But
Chancy's got his OnlyFans link in his bio.
Right.
and of course, my number 1 song had to be fucking Grease. It had to fucking be Grease.
Oh, it was great. It was so much fun.
Like as soon as I saw it was called, there's a song called Grease on it. I'm like, I didn't even think.
No way.
No, I didn't even think that. It didn't even cross my mind that it might be a freaking cover. And then it got to it, and I was like, it's a cover? I'm like,
This is the
all
best
right.
thing ever.
It's a better version than the original, so fuck it.
It was really a lot of fun. Like I was sitting there, like dancing.
It gets
while
you
I was
going.
working. Yeah.
I mean, it's just like, it's the word. Like, it's like fucking amazing. Like, it reminds me of a lot of other heavy metal covers I live. But, so those are my top 5. And yes, I pulled a Jeremy I pulled a CD, a Jeremy on your CD, Chancy. So
I know.
And I think I've done it before with one other CD you did, but I can't remember which one it was.
I believe it was another Dog Fashion Disco CD.
I was thinking that it might be, but I can't because I hate on the last few of your albums. But
Larry keeps hearing you guys
You're
say
gonna
dog
hate.
fashion. He's like, "You want to see my pajama collection?"
I've seen Chancy's pajama collection.
My dog has an exquisite pajama collection.
Of course.
Chancy, well, Chancy sleeps in the nude, so his pajama collection is pretty exquisite too, I hear. But so my CD I brought to the table was Lordi's Arockalypse, which I brought it because I actually thought you liked this type of music, Shanna, because I figured like Jamie and Chancy are your friends, so you probably have to like at least a little bit of the same music.
I'm kind of like their like Make-A-Wish friend.
What the fuck?
Like they look at me and they're like, "Yeah, I kind of feel sorry for her. We'll let her hang out with us."
No. That is not true at all. That is not true at all.
Her asshole exploded in public. We'll throw her a bone.
No. Actually, wasn't even that at all for me. It was more so like you were always the first one to help when I needed it, even when you moved on. Like you were always cool, and you didn't fucking big shot me when you moved on to the other places and didn't have to necessarily do the thing.
Yeah, I was happy to.
Right. I mean
People.
What's that?
Good people attract good people.
Right. I was gonna say fucking that shit sticks out for me, like Vernon, even though nobody knows exactly what the fuck I'm talking about. I'd run into a burning building with him because I truly believe he'd have a plan to get the fuck out.
Yep.
All right, so as I was saying,
You
I-
have no idea who we're talking about.
as I was saying, before being rudely interrupted.
Not everything's about you, Jeremy.
Yo, yes, the fuck it is. But
I mean,
my CD was Lordi's Arockalypse, and I picked it because I thought Shannon would like it, and it wasn't too hard of metal that like I didn't want to like put like Cradle of Filth on or anything like that. But But I mean, and I also thought Chancy would love the intro. But
dude, I got 10 songs on my list right here.
I know, same. But actually, not that many.
I got 5 honorable mentions and my top 5.
So
that's how much I enjoyed. I couldn't even pick shit.
And as the two of you may remember, may not remember, Lordi was on my birthday bracket list.
Yeah.
And the part of the reason I picked it too, I said last week at the end of the show, is because Shana thought I meant Lord.
Threw
And
me
I'm like-
for a fucking loop.
And I'm like, I'm gonna make her see the Lordi. And so I gave her I'm like, I gotta get this CD because this is back when FYE was still around and I would pick out CDs by the fucking cover. And I saw the cover of the CD and I went over to a little listening station, put on the headphones. I was like, let's hear this. And it just opens with that fucking drum beat and Bring the Balls to Rock. It's like, I'm buying this CD. Like, fuck.
It's an
I just-
anthem.
I'm like, that just fucking literally made my fucking dick get hard. What the fuck?
In
You
FYE.
know, I didn't have that on either of my lists, but I still enjoyed the intro. I didn't put it on there, but I did it. I definitely enjoyed the intro.
Well, I didn't expect you to put the intro on your freaking list. Like, who's gonna put an intro? Who's gonna put an intro on their list?
I would if like honestly, if let's say on Van Halen's Van Halen, let's say Eruption was the first song on the list. You're fucking right. That'd be number 1 every day.
Yeah, but I mean, who would put like a?
Perfect.
No, I meant who would
Every
put. I meant who would put the spoken opener on their list.
Oh yeah, no, I couldn't do that.
Yeah, I know exactly. That's why I meant. But so this was back in 2007, probably a year after the CD came out, and I freaking fell in love with him. So I've been listening to this CD for 16 years, and I love everything Lordi has done. Their newer stuff is a little. They're like trying to be like a 70s, 80s like rock band now, kind of like they're trying to act like they're in the 70s, 80s still, and they're like just making all these songs that like would have came out like 20, 30 years ago. It's weird, but it's good, but it's weird. So that's why I picked CD because Lordi is awesome, and that's why I liked Gwar when Chance introduced me to them because Lordi is basically Gwar's replacement once Odorous died.
Yeah, I definitely noticed that, and I respected it for what it was. That's part of the reason.
And Lordi actually makes their own horror movies.
Nice. That's even cooler.
With Mr. Lordi as the bad guy in one.
I don't
And
know. D. Snyder made a really fucking he set the bar really high when it came to making scary movies, dude.
Oh, I've heard the Lordi movie is incredible. I now that I have a magic tool to get anything I want to watch on TV, I may have to check it out, but we'll see. But yeah, I mean Lordi, and I also always called them the European Slipknot because they've never been seen in public without their mask on either. So no one's ever seen their faces, same as Slipknot. But I think Slipknot actually broke that now.
Yeah, they did.
Yeah. So Lordi holds the record. But so what did you think, Shana?
Like I did with the doggy fashion show thing. I can't remember the name.
Dog Fashion Disco.
Yeah, that
Dude,
too.
I think dog fashion show all the time too when I first started hearing about it.
Dog Fashion Show.
It's because I have fashion shows with my dog. Leave me alone.
Touche.
I went into it much the same. I was like, what am I getting myself into? And have you guys ever seen Forgetting Sarah Marshall?
Yes.
the rock Dracula opera. It gave me that vibe.
Yeah.
So I really I had fun with it. I was like, this is insane, and I'm having a great time.
Just like a night with me. But so Chancy, what did you think of Lordi?
I was pleasantly surprised. Like I was like, okay, it's a Guar knockoff. What the fuck are we doing? And I was like, you know what? I'll allow it. I'll fucking allow it. And then I continued to listen to it further, and I was like, I gotta pick 5.
This is impossible.
I was like, I'm just gonna start writing down my shit, and I don't care what it falls on. If it's a 5 or a fucking tenner, I don't give a shit. I got a lot. There was a lot of songs that I really enjoyed on the album. I mean,
Yeah, I had a hard time. This is probably the one that I had the most on. Like when I went through the process, I listened to it and wrote down ones, and I was like, okay, these are the ones I want to rate from. This one is probably the one that gave me the most that I had to go back and listen to.
same.
Finally.
A little bit of
I-
a little bit of validation on your end.
Thank you. About time. Though I didn't give her
Oh,
Scum. If I gave her, I would have loved to see her face when she first turned on Scum.
I hope you understand that my choice for next week is probably going to just wreck you inside. Maybe.
Don't you talk dirty to me.
I'm just saying. I chose it. I chose it in advance because you asked me to not pick the album, but like you were like, "Hey, I need you to go do this nice thing. Don't be you. Just don't be you." So I was like,
I did not
"All right."
say that.
No,
You
know you did.
liar.
I'm not saying that you directly said that, but it was definitely inferred.
I'm gonna
I'm fucking with you, dude. I'm fucking.
Oh, I
with
know you are, but I know you.
Oh
are, but
god, that's great.
I'm going to need you to put on your gentlemanly trousers.
A gentlemanly trousers.
you
Who
think
died?
You think I
I
have
don't-
gentlemanly trousers?
I don't like real people pants.
I'm wearing pants right now.
I don't like real people clothes.
I'm like Kevin Smith. I have gentlemanly shorts. But all right, so I did have 4 honorable mentions for this CD because I had to, and they're all kind of a theme too. The Kids Who Want to Play with the Dead, The Night of the Loving Dead, Super Monstars, which always makes me think of Space Jam, but because of the Monstars, but and I love that
That's
song.
a way better title than Space Jam.
Well, but and I mean, The Kids Who Want to Play with the Dead, The Night of the Loving Dead reminds me of that meme you sent me, Chancy, of the woman all set up in her casket for the paying parties to enjoy. But I mean, yeah, Super Monstars. I love the freaking keyboard in that too. It's amazing, and it's like kind of a good theme song. But and the Deadite Girls Gone Wild. That's always been one of my favorites because it brings in Ash vs. Evil Dead, which is awesome. But my number 5 was It Snows in Hell, because that is a damn good breakup song. I've used that many times to get over fucking girls.
Wait, you sung it to girls?
No, to get over them.
I thought you meant like you were John Cusacking it outside their house with a boombox. I was like, wow, that's incredible.
No. I do that with the Eyes of the Rapist song, but
I mean, can we make that happen? Like, I don't want to be single anymore. I want someone to like sing one of these songs outside my window to me.
what if like Harvey
Hey,
showed up outside? What if Harvey showed up outside your window and just started singing "I Like Big Butts"?
I would be happy. I don't have a big butt.
I know, but maybe it's just a song he loves, and he did the whole MC Hammer dance with the pants and everything.
It would be the gesture that counts.
Can you picture that, Chancy? I can.
I can't. I can't picture that. That'd be crazy.
Like, I won't let myself picture that.
I can picture that, and it makes me laugh so hard and makes me smile. But yeah, It Snows in Hell is a great breakup song, and it's a good like fuck you, you bitch song. Like when you're mad at a girl after you broke up with her. But number 4 is Good to Be Bod because all the Lordi girls know it's good to be bad. Which I like songs that teach girls to be bad. So number 3 was my theme song that I actually would send to girls when I was trying to date them. And it is Would You Love a Monster Man? And that song is just like my love song out to the world. Like, it's kind of Beauty and the Beast-esque almost. But number 2 is, of course, let me say it's Jamie's favorite song off this album too. And that is Who's Your Daddy? Because,
Okay.
and that is also the song on my Facebook page because I love that song. As a man who likes to be called daddy when in the bedroom, I love that fucking song.
I can't
And
get on board with that.
my wife does when she's drunk, but
I can't do it.
she knows it gets me going. It's like chanting Frank the Tank for Will Ferrell.
I can't get on board. I don't have a daddy kink. I don't know.
It has nothing to do with what you have. It's what I have. But
I'm just saying I can't get on board with it. Can you get on board with that, Chancy? Do you want some lady friend calling you daddy?
I mean,
it's happened.
as a G, I mean, it has, but I mean, you know, generally as a joke, it's funny. Like,
Right. Like if you're going to Pound Town, you're not going to be like, call me daddy.
I actually have done that, but
yeah, no.
Or Chancy's
No.
like, I'm throwing in the flag. This is my uncomfortable spot.
No, I mean,
no. I
No.
literally do.
It's not a deal breaker. I'm not. No, it's not a deal
I
breaker.
think it might be a deal breaker for me
If you're half stroke in her, you're not. If she says that, you're not gonna be like, oh, I'm going back out now. Like fuck
Well,
that.
I'm
You're
not
like,
half stroke in with anybody because I don't have a week.
I'm just saying, if some guy was half stroking you want him to stop or you want him to keep going no matter what you say.
Jesus Christ.
If some dude was half stroke in and was like, call me daddy, I'm gonna be like, I have never been drier.
It's like a Sahara down here. What the fuck? But no,
This is getting abrasive.
and no, I abrasive. No, I do what it says in the song. I straight up say to my woman, "Who's your daddy, bitch? Surrender and obey." And if it works, it works. Sometimes I get lucky, but
Sometimes I get lucky.
but
And
number
sometimes
one,
there's charges.
never yet. Thank you, God. Thank God. But
Knock on wood, sir. Knock on wood.
I have done the shameless run out of the bedroom like and out of the house in boxers thing. But number 1 was of course the song that won them Eurovision in 2007. They won a fucking all of Europe song contest with this song, Hard Rock Hallelujah. Because Hard Rock Hallelujah is the most amazing theme for rock and roll ever. And the keyboard for that whole song is fucking incredible. And the video is awesome with a hot ass chick in it. So, yeah. Actually, all the other videos have hot chicks in them. You gotta like it.
That fucking cat just about took me the fuck out. Like all of a sudden it's just like, I'm like,
Chancy, there's actually Chancy, we'll get to this album someday, but there's actually another song by Lordi you might like called Naked in My Cellar.
okay.
It sounds very up your lane with the dog fashion disco stuff. But
Right on.
and the video for it is hot. Nothing like a girl in a cage in a cellar naked. But so, Shana, what were your top 5 of my CD before I get all dirty over here?
I am going to have to go with number 5, which was Chainsaw Buffet.
Ooh. I actually hated that song for the longest time because I thought they were saying chainsaw the face, not Chainsaw Buffet.
Huh.
But,
Makes it better.
and yeah, I mean,
Chainsaw the face.
But-
Okay.
but listening to that song,
Twice.
I used to skip that song all the time when it would come on like randomly in my library. But since I listened to it today, I was actually just like on that one. I was kind of like, huh.
It's kind of catchy.
The ribs are the entree. Like, I love that.
So then number 4 is It Snows in Hell.
Damn good song.
3, Who's Your Daddy?
Yeah.
2, Hard Rock Hallelujah.
Ooh, what the hell's number 1?
Night of the Living Dead. I love the line, the undead Casanova. That just sealed the deal for me.
Well, the undead Casanova, wouldn't that be Blade?
Wait, what?
Wouldn't that be Blade? He gets with all the ladies.
Oh, Wesley Snipes. I was like, who the fuck are you talking about? And then I had that vision of Blades of Glory with Will Ferrell. I was like, this escalated quickly.
No, they don't get to any woman in that one. But so, Chancy.
Yeah.
I'm dying to hear yours now. All 10 of them.
So my honorable mentions go Evil Love, Mr. Killjoy,
Love that song.
Hard Rock Hallelujah.
That's honorable mention. What the fuck?
Yep, fuck you. Kids Want to Play with the Dead. Who's Your Daddy? That's my top. That's my honorable mentions.
I thought you would love Who's Your Daddy.
It's on the fucking. I put it on the list. I made a mention of it. Like, honestly, that's kind of why I was saying, like, all the songs I put on the list I enjoyed because they were good. Number 5 was Night of the Living Dead. 4 was Good to Be Bad. 3 was Chainsaw Buffet. 2 is Deadite Girls Gone Wild. And then my number 1 is the SCG3 Special Report.
You really put that as your number 1.
You're fucking right, I did.
I knew you would love that fucking intro. It's fucking just like what Lordi would do.
I was just like, you know what? It's going
like
in.
what I meant, like what Gar would do. But
yeah, for sure. I had to. I was like, it's going in.
I mean, I was definitely outside of my wheelhouse with both of your guys' picks. So I really had a good time, stepping outside of the proverbial box and, taking in some new music. So thank you guys for those recommendations.
You're welcome. Usually I like
I'm
to
just
make
glad you liked it.
Yeah.
Usually I like to make it in the box, but it's okay to be outside once in a while.
Yeah, no, I usually
I'm one
try
of the most
to.
open-minded people when it comes to music. So when people come to me and they're like, "Hey, I want you to listen to this," I'll give it a shot.
Right.
Now, see, if we put these albums to Jess, she would have been like, "I'm not coming on the show." That 100% would
Probably.
happen.
I mean, it possibly. I don't know. Maybe.
See,
I'd have been like, listen, you fucking owe me one because I listened to something you asked me to listen to. The least you can do is listen to my album. That would probably be my argument.
So my thing with music is like it means something different to everyone. I could listen to something and it triggers something different in me than it would in you. So it's offering someone an insight to your mind and your soul. And I don't take that shit lightly. Like, bring it on. Let me see inside your head.
Right?
Yeah, basically. I mean, that's why we wanted to start the show, because that's why I wanted to start the show, because I thought it was a cool concept for a show, and I do love hearing new music, even though I'm gonna hate on a fucking lot of it because I don't like a lot of different music. But I mean, I have certain genres I just stick to. But
right, and there's always, even if it's a band that you absolutely loathe, I'm sure that if you give it a chance, you will find something redeeming in it. If you go to it with an open mind.
I can find exceptions to that in many ways, but trust me, there's a lot of types of music I just fucking deplore. But
yeah, there are. Same with me, but I still, like, even if I don't like the music, I could come away with it saying, you know what, that is some really clever lyric writing, or, something, or that bass player is really, really good. Or
trust me, there was a songs on the 2000s pop music, or not pop music, 2000s music bracket we did that I fucking just hated so bad that Freddie had to edit out half what I said about it. So
what song was it?
I don't know. It was some emo shit like My Chemical Romance or something. But
Hoobastank the reason.
Oh, I wrote that one down. I'm pretty sure. I think it was on there. I think it was on there actually, but I think I could be wrong. So that concludes our album discussion for this week. We thank Shana for coming on because she definitely gave us a fun show. Actually, it was one of our fastest moving shows ever too, which is pretty cool. Less for me to edit, but so next week we will be having Amanda Kohlhofer from the Sip List podcast on, and we'll be having an episode released the same day that episode will release on her show. So be sure to check both out when they release. And so next week, I believe I am bringing Avantasia's Ghost Lights CD to the table. I think it's something that Amanda will somewhat like at least because I don't want to go too heavy for her.
Will you send me that when you send out your link?
Sure.
I kind of want to follow along with you guys.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah, actually, I should start putting the. Well, actually,
Yeah,
no,
that's actually not a bad idea. That way, that way everybody can kind of follow along.
I mean, but we do say the name of the album multiple times too, so people.
I know we do.
Google shit.
But if you have a big enough audience, if you pre-publish the lists, then it might encourage some engagement in the live comments.
Right.
Oh, I mean, I do. The CDs we choose are on the ad for this show every week, so people can see what CDs are going to be on it. So you can read them and just look them up. Like, I mean,
everybody probably saw mine. They're like, Lumineers, fuck her.
I'm actually, I'm pretty sure that mine's going to be a very surprising upset for my choice for next week.
Well, let's hear it then, Chancelot.
The band is called the Gin Blossoms, and
Dude,
I'm choosing their album, The New Miserable Experience.
I'm gonna check it out.
Because there's at least 2 songs that I already love from that album, and
am I gonna need gin to like this album?
I don't think you would, but you might. I know you're gonna recognize one from radio play right out the gate.
Maybe. I don't know.
Oh, I know for certain you will.
I haven't listened to the radio in like 15, 16 years. Like
that would have been exactly when it was playing.
All right.
Plus, the lead singer ran through 20% of the Friends cast. So.
What's that?
Plus, the lead singer ran through 20% of the Friends cast.
Nice. I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Attaboy.
All right. So that's our 2 albums for next week for Amanda. We don't know her album yet, but we'll find it out in a couple of days, I'm sure. And that's going to conclude tonight's presentation. Once again, Shana, thank you for coming out.
Thank you for having me.
Of course. And we will see you guys next week. Say goodbye, Chancy.
Goodbye, Chancy.